Today is Wednesday, May 19th, and here are today's top stories. Reuters newspaper said that the U.S. death toll from COVID-19 has been declining this last week, and it's been the lowest it has been in the last 14 months. The number of new cases have been slowing. The CDC says that 37% of US has been fully vaccinated. However, the vaccination rate is slowing. And that has been slowing for the last 4 straight weeks. ABC 7 News said that Las Vegas will be reopening fully, just as normal as it was before the pandemic. This means that there will be no restrictions on large gatherings, no restrictions on how many people go, there's no rules about dancing or anything like that. However, individual businesses can require people to be wearing masks inside, and masks are also required in airports and buses. There's 3 survivors from the 1921 Tulsa race massacre. They recently testified before Congress to share their experience within that massacre. According to History.com, there was a white mob that burned many neighborhoods of Black people and a booming business called Greenwood. Back then, they called it the Black Wall Street. There's up to 300 Black people that died during that, and many buildings were destroyed. This violence started after a group of Black men were trying to help and save a young Black man from the white mob. And the man was actually in jail. Then the fight broke out and arguing, and thousands of white people flooded in and into Greenwood to burn down different buildings in that area. Here is a video clip of Viola Fletcher, and she shares the experiences when she was a little girl and how she escaped those violent attacks. That has been a very traumatic experience for those people, and they haven't been justified for the past 100 years. This testimony is part of the congressional subcommittee, and they are fighting against Black individuals through life who have experienced violence in their lives and racism, and they're looking at reparations for them. The Attorney General in New York, named Letitia James, said that her office is investigating the Trump organization and deciding whether that investigation is criminal or civil. CNN explained that the New York Attorney General was going to investigate the Trump organization and that they have misled lenders of insurance companies about whether they are paying taxes or not. Attorney General James said that she would join forces with New York and Manhattan District Attorney's Office and who's also been investigating those criminal cases. Trump said in the past that the investigations are politically motivated. A Palestinian radio journalist named Youssef Abu Hussein was killed in his home when they were striked by Israel in the Gaza Strip. His father said that they were all home during this time when the rocket hit their home. This picture shows how his body was wrapped in white cloth, and that there's a vest on that's named Press with many people standing around it. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed a law into a bill that bans abortions after a woman is pregnant after they can hear the fetal heartbeat. Normally that happens before the 6 weeks of pregnancy, and they aren't noticing, and a woman may not notice that they are pregnant before 6 weeks. So this bill that would be passed into law would basically ban any provider from performing those abortions before 16 weeks. So this law may ban abortions altogether. And several other states have passed this bill as well, but all of these have been blocked by the federal courts. However, Mississippi did pass a law recently that they aren't allowed to perform abortions before 15 weeks of pregnancy. However, the conservative-leaning Supreme Court will hear the arguments but has not passed the bill yet. And this will begin in October in Mississippi. And Axios said that this could ban abortions altogether. And Sunday in Wisconsin, the Kenosha County Sheriff's Office saw a 2019 Tesla car driving on the interstate going 82 miles per hour. And they noticed that the man driving was asleep. And the cop followed the car for about 2 miles, and the man did wake up and was able to pull over. This man was 38 years old and from Illinois, and he said that he wasn't asleep, but he did admit to being tired, and he got a citation for reckless driving. On Saturday in Washington State, another Tesla car was driving and crashed into a police car because of being distracted by their lights. There were no injuries, but both vehicles were damaged, and the driver got a ticket. Tesla said that their drivers should be awake and attentive while driving when on auto drive. Top Republicans Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell said they're opposed to the idea to support an investigation into the 9/11 style commission to probe the attack on January 6th against the Capitol. The concept initially got support from both sides, but now it's starting to decline. McDonald said that he felt that the existing investigations from the law enforcement in Congress were sufficient. Senator Leader Chuck Schumer said Republicans are caving into Donald Trump and providing that they are still stuck on the drunk off the big lie, saying that there was a massive fraud in the 2020 elections. Those are our top stories for today. Thanks for joining, and stay in the light.